ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Om. Dear friends, we have to read this second shloka today. In the last class we completed the first shloka along with the Bhashyam. So we have seen how Lord Krishna was comparing this samsara to a tree, a peculiar type of tree which we had seen in Kathopanishad also. This tree has a root upwards, the roots which are unseen, urdhva moolam. Then all the branches they are spread out, branches and then sub-branches and then small twigs and then all types of birds, bees, all types of things, all the beings which are there dwelling in that thing, and different types of lokas. The whole creation is compared to a particular tree. So there you have got your sukha dukkha phala, you have got your dharma dharma karma, you have got fruit which is of the nature of happiness and unhappiness. So all that thing we have seen. There is a further description of the same tree in this second shloka. Let us read it. Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha.
In fact, we have read this already. And
We just read, I have not explained. Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha.
Adhaschordhvam prasrutastasya shakhaha.
Gunapravruddha vishayapravalaha.
Gunapravruddha vishayapravalaha.
Adhasya moolanyanusantatani.
Adhasya moolanyanusantatani.
Karmanubandhini manushya-loke.
Karmanubandhini manushya-loke.
I think we just read it. I was about to explain it. Adhasya urdhvam prasrutaha tasya shakhaha. Tasya means of that samsara vruksha. Samsara vrukshasya, etasya samsara vrukshasya shakhaha. Shakhaha means branches, various branches. Adhasya urdhvam cha prasrutaha. Adhaha means downwards, urdhvam means upwards, prasrutaha. That means spread out, well spread out. Prasrutaha. Then how are they strengthened? Guna pravruddhaha. They are all strengthened by these three gunas. Guna pravruddhaha. All these branches, they are all strengthened by the sattva, rajas and tamo guna. Guna pravruddhaha. Gunaihi pravruddhaha. They are all strengthened by these three gunaha. Then vishaya pravalaha. Pravala is something like a tender twig at the end of a branch. The branch again it branches into sub-branches. Again some small sub-branches, some small say twigs come out. And then tender leaves will be there at the end. So all those tender leaves, they are called the pravalas. Vishaya, all these sense say objects, they are like this Vishaya, they are like these pravalas. Vishaya pravala. Then this adhasya urdhvam cha, how to understand that? Adhaha, we are going to see that Bhashyakara is going to say that adhaha means all these lokas, all the adholoka, starting from human downwards. Human downwards means all animals, birds, bees, all types of insects and all types of scum on earth, and then all sthavara also. Sthavara means all these trees, etc. So something which is man and below, they are the adhas. The urdhva means urdhvaloka. We hear about devaloka, gandharvaloka, pitraloka, etc. several other urdhvalokas. So all those urdhvaloka is, it is referring to that right up to Hiranyagarbhaloka. Right up to Hiranyagarbhaloka, all that thing is vyakta only. Adhasya urdhvam cha prasrutaha. So this whole samsara, that is a person who is a transmigrating being, his entire gamut of activity, his entire passage, it is something which is oscillating between these two ends. One is a sthavara and upwards to Hiranyagarbha, oscillating between from a small blade of grass to Hiranyagarbha. This chap is moving up and down. So this whole thing is this samsara. Adhasya urdhvam cha prasrutaha tasya shakhaha. Then guna pravruddhaha, because of our own sattva guna, rajo guna, tamo guna, we are jumping onto different branches. There is a predominance of sattva guna, you go to this upward branch. there is a predominance of tamo guna, you jump to downward branch. So like that Paramapada Sopana Patam. So in that, when there is a, say this good karma, you are jumping up to some Devaloka. When there is a bad karma, you are going down to some Adholoka, some Nagaloka or some such loka. So it is like that. Vishaya Prabalaha. Then Adhascha Mulani Anusantatani. Adhascha here it means Manushya in this world of humans. In this world of humans. Mulani Anusantatani. Mulani means roots. Here again we have in the very first sloka we came across Urdhva Moolam. That Urdhva Moolam is different and these Mulani are different. Urdhva Moolam is that unseen say root which is that Avyaktam or Maya, that is Urdhva Moolam. So here Mulani are different. Mulani means Mulani with reference to a human being. Mulani, Karanani with reference to a human being. That is with reference to the, say, Janma, with reference to the Janma of a particular person at a particular time, a particular being at a particular time. So what are these things which are the causative factors of a person's Janma? That is our own Punya Karma. And Punya Karmas, they have, say, given some vasanas, they have developed some vasanas, they have created some vasanas in our mind. We know what is a vasana? Samskara. That is, you are having a particular experience in a particular situation. That particular experience creates some sort of impression in your mind, and then it predisposes you to react to a particular situation in a particular way. So that sort of predisposition, that is what is a samskara or a vasana. We have tendency to do certain good things. We have sometimes some people have tendency to do some only wrong things. So these are good and bad vasanas. These are the things which are responsible for further karma. This vasana creates karma. Karma again creates vasanas, isn't it? Vasana propels you or say drives you to do a particular karma in a particular way, unless say you sit up and then you start thinking about what is the reality. You start thinking about say inquiry into the human nature, etc. Unless you do that, unless you start doing some viveka, you are being tossed about, you are being driven by these gunas only. So this not gunas, these vasanas. These vasanas drive a person. And then according to that he does some action. And that action again produces some vasana. So this is a cycle. This chain goes on and on. The vasana drives you to a karma. The karma again produces a vasana, and then again that produces a karma. So it is some chain which goes on and on. So that is why these mulani here, they are the vasanas. They refer to vasanas. Anusantatani, anusantati. Santati, you know, santati, santanam. Santanam is children, their children, etc., etc. That santanam, that chain, that whole chain, santati, tanu vistare, that is expanding on and on and on. That's the root is tanu vistare. So santati. So anusantatani, they are all spread out. All these vasanas, they are all spread out in the sense that vasana is producing karma. If karma is producing vasana, then again it is producing a life. That then again you are doing some karma, then again getting into some other janma. It is like that. So then karmanubandhini means not bound by karma, which are leading to karma. Karma anubandham yesham tani. Karma anubandham yesham tani. So that is, karma is produced by these vasanas. You see, vasanas are there. And depending on these vasanas or predispositions, you are doing a particular karma. So these, you are referring to this karmanubandhini mulani. So this karmanubandhini refers to mulani. Karmanubandhini mulani anusantatani. They are all spread out. Karmanubandhini means these mulani, that is the roots, which are the vasanas, which are going to drive a person to action. So karma anubandham. Anubandham means follow up. Karma is the follow up action. For all these vasanas, karma is the follow-up action. Karma is followed up. So vasanas are followed up by karma. Vasanas are followed up by karma. Vasanas lead to karma. To avoid confusion, vasanas lead to karma. Karma leads to vasanas. That is a cycle you can note down. So karmanubandhini, that is whose very nature is to lead you to karma. Manushya loke means in the world of humans. That is because we know that human existence, this is the place which is called karma bhumi. Human existence is what is called karma bhumi and not India. This we have discussed several times. Not the geographical India, which has shrunk from Afghanistan to the present level. Not that. We are referring to the human level. So let us see the Bhashyam. Shloka, I think, is clear. Apara kalpana uchyate. Okay. Adho manushyadibhyaha yavat sthavaram ऊर्ध्वं च यावद् ब्रह्म विश्वसृजः धाम इत्येतदन्तं यथा कर्म यथा श्रुतं ज्ञान कर्म फलानि तस्य वृक्षस्य शाखा इव शाखाः प्रसृताः प्रगताः गुणप्रवृद्धाः गुणैः सत्वरजस्तमोभिः प्रवृद्धाः स्थूलीकृताः उपादानभूतैः. I think we will stop here because the sentence is still going on. Okay. Adhaha means downwards. What is that? Manushyadibhyaha yavat sthavaram. Manushya adibhyaha, starting from a human being. Manushya adi, starting from a human being. Then yavat sthavaram, up to that sthavaram. Down, sthavaram means a plant, a blade of grass, right down to that point. That is in between all this animal kingdom comes, all the plant kingdom comes. All these are beings only. Even some thorn bush which you see, that also is a jivi. According to our Siddhanta, even a thorny bush which you see, even that is a jivi. It has got some intelligence. The plant also has got some intelligence. It is also a jivi. It is according to some karma that it is born as something like a thorny bush. So it is like that. Adho manushyadibhyaha yavat sthavaram, right down to that point. And then urdhvam cha yavat brahma. Urdhvam cha means upwards. Yavat brahma means till that brahma. Till that brahma means that hiranyagarbha brahma. Yavat brahma garbha. Vishwasrujaha dhama. Vishwasrujaha. Vishwa srujaha. It is not sruk. Okay, let me explain. Let me just verify. Vishwasrujaha dhama. Vishwasrujaha dhama means the place. Dhama, we know the word dhama. Dhama means the abode. That is the place. That is the level. Let us say dhama is that level of that the creator. Vishwasrujaha means of the creator. Vishwasrut, that is the word. Yeah, srut. Vishwasrut. Vishwasrujau. Vishwasrujaha. Then Vishwasrujaha also is Bahuvachana. It is also Shashti Ekavachanam. So Vishwasrujaha Dhama. Vishwasrujaha is Shashti Ekavachanam of Vishwasrut. Vishwasrujaha Dhama. Ityetadantam. Right up to that point. Right up to that point means right up to starting from a blade of grass right up to Hiranyagarbha. All these things are lokas, which are the branches of this tree called samsara. This cosmic tree, let us say. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam, jnana karma phalani. Then yatha karma, depending on a person's karma. Then yatha shrutam, depending on a person's learning. Depending on a person's learning means a person's awareness, a person's understanding, his actions rather. Then jnana karma phalani. Jnana here does not refer to Brahma Jnana. Jnanam refers to Upasana also. On several occasions, we have to see this jnana word refers to, depending on the context, it may refer to Brahma Jnana, it may refer to Upasana. We have seen the discussion of this jnana karma samuchaya. So there again, in some context, it was referring to Upasana. In Kenopanishad particularly, Kenopanishad, the very introductory passage, it was referring to Upasana. So like that, jnana in this context refers to Upasana. Jnana karma phalani. And because this Hiranyagarbha loka and also several other lokas, they are achieved by this Upasana. Jnana karma phalani. Tasya vrukshasya shakha iva shakaha. Of that particular tree, They are all like branches. All these lokas, they are like branches. The jivi is jumping from one branch to another branch. Jivi, imagine this jivi as a small little bird. From one branch to another branch it is jumping. Sometimes it is enjoying some good fruit, and sometimes it is enjoying some bad fruit in some other, say, lower world. So it is like that. Shakha iva shakaha prasrutaha pragataha. Pragataha means spread out. Pragataha, prakashena gataha. They are all very well spread out. Then guna pravruddhaha. Gunaihi sattva rajastamo pravruddhaha sthulikrutaha. Sthulikrutaha means, sthula means what? Sthula means stout. Sthula is quite big and stout. Sthulikrutaha means they have been nourished so well that they have become quite strong. They have been strengthened. They have been nourished by what? By these sattva, rajas and tamo gunaihi. Because of the activities of this, we are all driven by these gunas only. These gunas, they drive us to do some actions, and then these actions they produce some lokas. So which means that it is all these lokas, they are as though strengthened, as though well nourished by these three gunas. Had these gunas not been there, the shakas would not have been there. It is like that. Suppose you overcome you visualize a situation where all the beings, all the people, they go beyond these three gunas, they all become gunatitas. Then naturally the samsara vrusha itself will disappear. So it is like that. So sthuli krutaha upadana bhutaihi. Upadana bhutaihi gunaihi. This upadana bhutaihi applies to gunaihi. Gunaihi satvarajastamabhihi upadana bhutaihi sthuli krutaha. So this sthuli krutaha has to, you can take it out. Upadana bhutaihi refers to gunas. Because these gunas, they are the upadana karanam. Upadana karanam for this whole world. Gunas are the upadana karanam. From those gunas only all these, this pancha tanmatras have come. From the pancha tanmatras, the being. Then again, similarly, the sthula bhutas and sthula bhutas, all those things. The guna, maya of course is there above. But maya's constituents, which are the gunas, from that all these have been derived. So these are the upadana bhutalu. Upadana bhuta means that is the material cause. Upadana karanam we know. That is the material cause. Upadana bhutaihi vishaya pravalaha. Let us read. Vishayaha shabdadayaha. Pravala iva. Dehadi karma phalebhyaha shakhabhyaha. Ankuri bhavantiti. Ankuri bhavantiva. Tena vishaya pravalaha shakhaha. So Vishaya we know, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, all these five sense say objects. Pravala iva. Then Dehadi karma phalebhyaha. So this Deha is doing lot of karma. And for that karma phalam, this is something like this. All these twigs and then shoots of these branches, various branches, these are the fruits. These are this is what are the pravala. These are karma phalam. Karma phalebhyaha shakhabhyaha ankuri bhavantiva. It is as though they are all ankuri bhavanti. They are all sprouting. They are all sprouting from those shoots. And from those shoots only all these flowers will come. When all those flowers will come, and those flowers will again turn into fruits. So those flowers are enjoyed by these jivas. Then again those fruits again are enjoyed by the jivas. So that is it. Ankuri bhavantiva tena vishaya pravalaha shakhaha. Because of that, these shakhas, they are having these vishayas as pravalas. All these vishayas, they are being enjoyed by by these beings, and then these are again comparable to those shoots which are giving rise to these flowers and fruits which are being enjoyed by these again beings. Then samsara vrukshasya parama moolam upadanam karanam upadanaka purva muktam atha idanim karma phala janita raga dveshadi vasanaha Mulaniva Dharma Dharma Pravrutti Karanani Avantara Bhavini Tani Adhascha Devadyapekshaya Mulani
Dehadyapekshaya mulani.
You correct it to Devadyapekshaya, because Dehadyapekshaya, it does not mean anything. Because this Bhashyotkasha Deepika, again, here again, Devadyapekshaya, it is taken. Then Bellamkonda Ramaraya Kavi also has taken it as Devadyapekshaya. So you can correct it as Devadyapekshaya.
Devadyapekshaya
Mulani, Anusantatani, Anupravishtani.
Anupravishtani.
Okay, it is still going on. We'll stop it here. Anupravishtani, we will stop up to this point. Then samsara vrukshasya parama moolam upadana karanam purva muktam. Purva muktam means it has been told earlier what of this samsara vruksha, what is the original moolam? Parama moolam. Parama moolam means that is the original upadana karanam. And now we are coming to the second line. The first line has been explained. Adhashordhvam prasuttastasya shakha vishaya pravala, up to that point they are explained. The next line is now being explained. Adhascha mulani anusantatani. So, while referring to this word in this second line, he is referring to that Paramamulam. That Paramamulam is something different. Now it is a different Moolam. That is what he is going to say. So, Samsara Vrukshasya Paramamulam Upadana Karanam Purvamuktam. That original Moolam has been told earlier. Idanim, Atha Idanim. Now, Idanim is now Karma Phalajanita Ragadveshadi Vasanaha Mulaniva. So, this Karma Phalajanita. So you are doing a karma, that karma is giving a particular fruit, that particular fruit is again producing some either raga or dvesha in us. Karma you do is something, and then that karma results in some action. That action either we like or dislike, or there is some mixed reaction and whatnot. So this is a vasana. And then this vasana again produces some karma. So when this vasana is producing some karma, this vasana is something like a root or cause for that karma, isn't it? Vasana is acting like a root or a cause for that karma. So that is why it is called moolam. So that is why Mulani, he is calling it as Mulani, he is explaining it as Vasanas. All other commentators also have given the same meaning. You see, Karma Phala Janita Ragadveshadi Vasanaha. This word you have understood. All this raga, dvesha, etc., which are all these say impressions or samskaras which are produced in the mind, they are because of this karma phala. And then these are like mulani iva. Then dharma pravrutti karanani. They are again further leading you to some dharma pravrutti. These vasanas, again they are leading you either to some dharma pravrutti or adharma pravrutti. Karanani. Then avantara bhavini. Avantara bhavini means these have come in between. All this avantara. Avantara means something which is in between. All these mulani, they have come in between. They are not the original nature of this jiva. They are not the original nature of this jiva. The original nature of jiva is to be that pure infinitude. That consciousness infinitude is that original nature. But then all these things, they are all avantara bhavini. All these mulani, they have come to him. This is all something which is adhyasa. It is something which is superimposed on this fellow. So avantara bhavini, they are all come in between. They have come in between. Tani, adhascha, tani. So these mulani, tani refers to mulani. Adhascha means devadyapekshaya. So here earlier we have referred to the devalokas which are upper lokas. So devadyapekshaya means in comparison to this devalokas, these are all adha. Adhascha. When in comparison to those devalokas, these are all adha. Adha means downwards. Adhascha. Mulani anusantatani. All these mulani. Mulani means these same vasanas. Anusantatani. Anusantatani means again all well spread. Anupravishtani. Anu means you know that anu means after. Anupravishta means they are one coming after the other, one coming after the other. So it is like that serially. Anupravishtani. Then karma anubandhini. Karma. Dharma lakshanam. Anubandhaha paschadbhavi yesham. Udbhutim anubhavati iti. Tani karmanubandhini. Manushya loke. Okay, this karma is what karma he is defining. Karma is dharma lakshanam. Karma anubandhaha yesham. So they are the karma anubandhini. Karma anubandha yesham tani karma anubandhini. If you want, you can note down also karma anubandhini. Karma, because you have progressed much in Sanskrit. Karma anubandha yesham tani karma anubandhini. So which means karma follows those things. Karma is anubandha. Anubandha means, you know what is anubandha. You take a book, there is what is called anubandha at the end. That is something which is at the end, something which follows. So karma anubandha yesham means karma invariably follows these vasanas. So that is it. So that is why they are called karma anubandhini. Karma is anubandha for them. So that is why they are called anubandha, karma anubandhini. So these vasanas, whose nature is basically to lead you to karma. So they are the karma anubandhini. So karma, dharma lakshanam, anubandha means paschadbhavi. Paschadbhavi means something which comes later. Paschadbhavi is something which comes later. Paschadbhavi yesham. Then udbhutim anubhavati. Udbhutim anubhavati means it arises. Udbhuti means utpatti. Utpatti anubhavati means it comes into existence. What? The karma. Karma comes into existence because of these vasanas. Anubhavati iti tani karma anubandhini. So karma comes into existence because of the earlier vasanas. Manushya loke. Then visheshatah atra hi manushyanam karmadhikarah prasiddhah. Okay, manushyanam. In this manushya loka, we know that manushya janma is the place where a person is having karmadhikara. Devaloka, there is no karmadhikara. Devaloka is called a bhoga bhumi. Then again, similarly, these animals and sthavara, they are also called bhoga bhumis. Bhoga in a positive sense, bhoga in a negative sense. Bhoga means experiencing. Bhoga not necessarily luxury and something which is enjoyment. Bhoga can also be a misery. A person who is leading a miserable life, he is also having that bhoga of misery. Somebody who is having enjoyment, he is having bhoga of that enjoyment. So bhoga is a neutral word. Bhuj dhatu, experiencing. Then manushyanam karmadhikara prasiddha. Then next shloka, yastvayam varnita samsara vrukshaha. This particular yaha tu ayam. Yastvayam is yaha tu ayam. This particular samsara vruksha which has been described so far. So what is the nature of this rupa? What is the nature of this tree? He is further explaining. Let us read the shloka. Na rupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto nachadirna cha sampratishtha ashvattamenam suvirudhamulam asangashastrena drudhena chitva. Okay, so of this particular tree, na rupamasya iha. So this particular tree does not have a rupa, it does not have a shape, it does not have a concrete shape. So all the while you have described, there is a urdhvamulam, adhyashakam, all these lokas are there like branches, and then there are again avantara mulani, avantara bhavini, in between all these vasanas have come, and vasanas are producing this cycle of janma, marana, etc., etc. All this has been told. And now we are saying that na rupamasyeha tathopalabhyate. You can't see it. So that is why the Bhashyakara writes, na rupam asya iha upalabhyate means for a jnani, he does not see this tree at all. A jnani, he does not see this tree at all. Na rupam asya iha. Iha means in this world, jivan neva, a jivan mukta. Iha is jivan neva. Na tatha na upalabhyate. Upalabhyate means it is not cognized, it is not seen. Vidya dashayam. A jnani does not see this thing at all. Na rupamasyeha tathopalabhyate. For a jnani, this doesn't exist at all. And then na antaha na cha adihi na sampratishtha. For this thing which is going on eternally. This samsara vruksha, this cosmic tree has been going on eternally. Na antaha. So that means, anta means something which is called a laya. Na cha adihi. There is no utpatti. This is something which is anadi. Again, prakriti is anadi, isn't it? Na cha anadihi. But at the same time, you can also get rid of it. When you say that there is no sthiti, there is no antam, there is no utpatti, etc., then it means that it is something which cannot be shaken off. So to avoid that, he is saying nacha sampratishtha, there is no sthiti also, which means if you are a jnani, you can get rid of it. If you attain by attaining jnana, you can get rid of it. Nacha sampratishtha, you can always get rid of it. Then ashwatham enam suvirudha moolam. Enam ashwatham means this particular ashwatha, this particular tree which is not going to stay till tomorrow. Ashwatha nashvaha tishtati. Ashwatham enam suvirudha moolam. That is that which is so deeply entrenched into the earth, rooted in the earth. Suvirudha moolam. So deeply rooted. So this particular tree which appears to be so deeply rooted, you can always break it. How? Asanga shastrena. With this shastra. Shastra means a weapon called asanga. Asanga means that is detachment. Total devoid of sanga, devoid of attachment. So that is detachment or dispassion. Asanga shastrena. Drudhena. By a strong weapon, by the strong sword of detachment. So that is, you are at the level of a sakshi. You have distanced yourself from this, say, tree. You have come out of the branches of the tree. So long as you are jumping from one branch to another branch, you are there. Now you have gone far away from the tree. You have gone far away from the tree and then you are watching it as a sakshi. So now the tree disappears. When you go far away from the tree disappears. So that is it. So asanga shastrena drudhena chitva. Chitva means having cut it, having destroyed it. The sentence is not complete. It is linked up with the next shloka. Chitva, having destroyed this tree, tataha padam tat parimargitavyam. The next shloka reads like that. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Having cut this thing, you have to again go and you have to find out your original, say, nature. You have to your original sthiti. So your original swarupa. So that is what the next shloka is going to say. So this sentence is not completed here, but the shloka is completed. Let us see the shloka. Na rupamasya iha tatha upalabhyate. Is the shloka clear?
Yes.
Of this particular tree, na tatha upalabhyate. Na tatha upalabhyate means as described above. See, in the earlier shlokas it has been described in a particular way. So it will not be seen at all. Na iha upalabhyate. Nacha antaha, na antaha, nacha adihi, na sampratishtha. There is no laya, there is no utpatti, but it does not mean that it is so permanent. But you can always get rid of it. That is why it is called na sampratishtha. Then this particular ashwatha, though appears to be well entrenched, so well rooted, you can always break it with this asanga shastra. So that is what it is. So let us see the bhashyam. Na rupamasyeha
न रूपमस्येह
यथा वर्णितं तथा नैव उपलभ्यते स्वप्न मरीच्युदक माया गंधर्व नगर समत्वात् दृष्ट नष्ट स्वरूपो हि सः इत्यत एव नान्तो न पर्यन्तो निष्ठा समाप्तिर्वा विद्यते नान्तो न पर्यन्तः निष्ठा समाप्तिर्वा विद्यते. Okay, we'll stop here. Okay, na rupam asya iha. Iha means here. Yatha varnitam, as described above. Na rupam upalabhyate, tatha na upalabhyate. That is, when you are a jnani, vidya dashayam na upalabhyate. This meaning is given by Nilakantha. This Nilakantha Vyakhya, it says, Vasananam bijam kuravad anyonya janita. Okay, after this, Vidya dashayam samyak drusha vikshamanam san na upalabhyate. Samyak drusha means when you are having that samyak drushti, then this thing is na upalabhyate. This particular tree is seen, it appears to be so strong so long as we are ajnanis. So when we start thinking about it, when we start thinking about its real nature, it is unseen. So that is the beauty of it. So na yatha varnitam tatha naiva upalabhyate. And Shankaracharya himself is saying, Swapna Marichyudaka Maya Gandharva Nagara Samatvat. Swapna, it is like a dream. Marichyudaka. Marichyudaka means water in a mirage. Marichi Udaka. Marichi means a dry place. Marichi Udaka. That is the water in a dry place that is appears a mirage. Marichyudaka. Then Maya Gandharva Nagara Samatvat. A magician comes and produces a huge say city in front of you. He creates a city in front of us. He says, oh, this is the Gandharva Loka, he says. So that is all magic. So it is like that. Samatvat. Drushta Nashta Swarupohi Saha. This world is seen, but at the same time, if you see the reality, it is seen as it is, you realize that it is nothing but Brahman. Drushta Nashta Swarupaha means, where is it disappearing? It is disappearing into Brahman only. This thing is something which is something which is adhyastam on the Brahman, and then once the jnani sees it, sees the real nature, he sees it as Brahman itself. When he sees it as the Brahman itself, then this thing is gone. This nashta swarupaha. You see, you need not kill the snake. Knowing that it is not a snake is killing the snake. So it is like that. So this is nashta swarupaha, drushta nashta swarupaha. He means because it is drushta nashta swarupa. Ityataha, ityatayeva. Because of that, ityatayeva means because of that. Na antaha, na paryantaha. There is no end. There is no end. Paryantaha, nishtha, samaptirva vidyate. This is something which appears to be endless. It appears to be endless, infinite. Then tatha, nacha adihi, ita arabhya ayam pravruttaha iti, na kenachit gamyate. So ita arabhya, that is, it has started from here. Itaha arabhya means it has having started from here. Ayam pravruttaha. Oh yes, it has started at this particular point of time. There is no particular day on which God has created this universe. So you can't say that God has suddenly come and then on a particular day he created this universe. It is not like that. So tatha nacha adihi. There is no adi. There is no beginning. Ita arabhyayam pravruttaha iti. From this particular date it has started. You cannot say like that. Na kenachit gamyate. It cannot be told. It cannot be said by anybody. It cannot be told by na kenachit. Nobody can say like that. Then nacha sampratishtha. Sthitihi madhyam asya na kenachit upalabhyate. So this sampratishtha, this sthiti also is not known. This sthiti also is not known by anybody. Or to say in a different way, this sthiti also, this sthiti, say one can get rid of this whole thing if he is a jnani. So there are two ways of looking at this. Na antaha, na chadihi, na sampratishtha. Very simply speaking, you can say that there is no end, there is no beginning, there is no sthiti. That is one way of taking it. Another way of taking it is, so though there is this na antaha, na chadihi, it gives an impression that this is something which is unavoidable, something which you have to go through. So it is not like that. You can always avoid, you can always get rid of it. So that is the meaning of na sampratishtha. So both ways you can take it. Because one meaning is given by Shankaracharya, the other meaning is given by Nilakantacharya. This Nilakantacharya is the second meaning which I said. That is for a jnani, he can always get rid of it. So there is, both ways we can take it because it is not contradicting the main doctrine. Then na kenachit upalabhyate. Ashwatham yenam yathoktam suvirudha moolam sushtu virudhani viroham gatani moolani yasya tam. Viroham gatani is not there. It doesn't matter. Yasya tam yenam suvirudha moolam asanga shastrena asangah putra vitra lokaishanadibhyah uvyathanam tena asanga shastrena. Okay, we'll stop here because it is still going on. Okay, ashwatham yenam yathoktam. Yenam means this particular one, this particular ashwatha, yathoktam, that has been described above. Then what type of ashwatha is it? Suvirudha mola. It appears to be so deeply rooted. Virudha. that is so deeply rooted. Virudhani, viroham gatani, praroha, viroha, roha. The meaning of roha is that is rooted. That is something referring to these roots. Praroham gatani, viroham gatani, mulani. All these roots are so well established, so well rooted. So those things, that particular type of tree, suviruda moolam. Then asanga shastrena means this weapon called asanga. What is this asanga? Asanga, the definition is putra, vitra, lokaishanadibhyaha vyutthanam asangaha. That is the definition. That is, vyutthanam means rising above. Vyutthanam, rising above these three yeshanas. This rising above these three yeshanas called putreshana, vitteshana and lokaishana. So these three things, that is going beyond this, all these three things again are linked up. Putraishana is linked up to this lokajaya. Vitteshana is again for various yajnas, etc. Then lokaishana, the desire for various lokas. So all this is in that karma. Karma, all the different levels of karma, only they are there. So in that karma kanda level. So from that you have to rise above. You have to rise above the level of that mimamsaka. In other words, vyutthanam tena asanga shastrena drudhena. Drudhena, let us read. Drudhena paramatma abhimukha nischaya drudhi krutena.
Paramatma abhimukha nischaya drudhi krutena.
Punah punah viveka abhyasashma nishitena.
Punah punah vivekabhyasashma nishitena.
Chitva samsara vruksham sabijam udhrutya.
Samsara vruksham sabijam udhrutya.
Okay, here again the sentence is not complete, but the bhashyam is over here for this particular shloka. So tena drudhena, this shastra is quite strong. It should be quite strong. And when can it be strong? It can be strong only when it is always focused on the Paramatma. If you just read some Vedanta text and then again go out and then do all types of, if you are busy in all other activities, then our focus is not there. So this Asanga Shastra is a very difficult thing to get. Asanga Shastra is something which has to be, it has to be always, there should be a focus on this Paramatma. You see, Paramatma Abhimukha Nischaya Drudhi Krutena. So this Paramatma Abhimukha means facing towards. Pratimukha is facing outwards. So one has to always be Paramatma Abhimukha, facing towards. You should always be having that Chintana and that Bhagavan. So Abhimukha Nischaya Drudhi Krutena. So that Nischaya, that firmness has to be there. And with that firmness, this Drudhi Krutena, this sword has to be strengthened by this constant focus on Paramatma. So that is the meaning. So by constant focus on Paramatma, constant attention, constant deliberation, constant chintanam about that Paramatma, that means you are supposed to be at that level of awareness. We are not talking about a dual bhakti at the level of duality. We are not talking about bhakti, we are talking about awareness. When you are in that level of awareness, you don't have naturally putreshana, vitteshana and lokaishana. So at that level, Punah punah viveka abhyasashma nishitena. So this viveka and abhyasa, or rather viveka abhyasa, you can take it as both ways. Viveka abhyasa, that is, viveka is discrimination, vivechanam, atmanatma viveka. That viveka abhyasa, that has to be continuously there. Abhyasa vairagya abhyam tan nirodha, Patanjali Sutram also is there. This abhyasa and vairagya, this is something which have to be, these are the most important tool in the hand of a seeker. So here viveka abhyasa ashma. Ashma means stone. Ashma is a stone. Viveka abhyasa ashma nishitena, a sharpening stone. There is some technical word for that, I am not able to recall. There is a technical word for a stone which is used for sharpening these knives. For sharpening these knives, there is a special type of stone. Yeah, there is a special type of file which is called ashma. That particular stone is there. On that, these knives are sharpened. So this particular sword has to be sharpened on this stone called vivekabhyasa. Vivekabhyasa ashma nishitena. That is, on Nishitena means sharpened. Nishitena. Viveka Abhyasa Ashma Nishitena. That is, Viveka Abhyasa is that practice of Viveka, continuous dwelling in that state of mind. Ashma, that is the stone on which you have to sharpen your Asanga Shastra. This is Shastra, Asanga Shastra, a continuous focus on this Lord, continuous focus, continuous stay in that level of awareness, and then with that sharpen, the sword has to be sharpened on that particular stone, and then with that Chitva means samsara vruksham sabijam udhrutya, having uprooted. Udhrutya, Uddharanam means lifting up. Udhrutya means you have to pluck it out. You have to pluck it out. Samsara vruksham sabijam, along with its root. What is the root? Root is that Maya. Vasana at a lower level, at a higher level it is Paramamulam. Paramamulam and ordinary Mulam we saw just now. So Paramamulam is Maya, in between Mulam, Avantara Mulam is Vasana. So that Paramamulam Sabijam Udhrutya, you have to uproot along with that Maya, having Udhrutya, that is having lifted, having uprooted it, then Tataha, thereafter. Tataha means thereafter. Let us see what are we supposed to do thereafter. Tatah padam tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata na nivartanti bhuyaha tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatah pravruttih prasruta purani. So tataha, thereafter. So thereafter means whereafter? Having uprooted thus that samsara vruksha along with its moola. So having then tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. You have to locate yourself in that padam. You have to locate yourself, you have to find and locate yourself in that padam. Padam means that padam. Padam is that place. There is no such place as such. It is only a level of awareness. It is only a metaphorical way of saying there is no particular place. Tad dhama paramam namama. We have come across that word earlier also. Now again we are going to see. Dhama does not mean a particular place somewhere in the sky. Rahos Shiraha. I gave an explanation of that. Rahos Shiraha. Rahu itself is Shira. Tad dhama paramama means we should not say it as that is my dwelling place. I am that place. I am that level. I am that state of awareness. So that is the meaning. So tatah padam tat parimargitavyam. Marganam means searching. Marganam is searching. Margitavyam means it has to be searched. It has to be located. And you have to locate yourself there. Padam tat padam parimargitavyam. Pari is only an upasarga. Marganam is searching. Parimargitavyam. Yasmin gataha, people who go there, those who go there, yasmin gataha, na nivartanti bhuyaha. Why? Yasmin gataha means what is that padam? They are in their chidrupa. They are in that level of awareness. Chidrupa padam. They have identified with that chit. Having identified with that chit, they will not again come back to this this level. So having gone there, chidrupatam gataha, have asmin gataha, na nivartanti. They will not come down to this level. They will not again have this tadatmyadhyasa. They will not again have that that identification with the body-mind complex. Na nivartanti means they will not have that tadatmyam again. Na nivartanti. It is not as though coming back to the earth, etc. They will never again get deluded. They will never again get this tadatmya adhyasa. They will always be in that level of awareness. Then, what is the practice? What is the abhyasa one has to do? This second line is for the seeker. This second line, this tameva chadyam purusham prapadye, it is the seeker who is saying. It is not Krishna who is saying. This Krishna is saying, you have to think like this. You have to be with this. You have to have this idea in mind. So what is that idea? Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye yatah pravruttih prasruta purani. I will always be in that state of awareness. Tameva cha adyam purusham prapadye. I will always be in that swarupa sthiti. I will always be in my own sthiti. That swasthaha. We know that word also. I will always be in that level of awareness from which is the pravrittihi. Yataha pravrittihi prasruta purani. That is the place from where all this pravritti has come out. So I will be in that place of awareness. I will not be in this pravrutti. I will be at that place, high level, from where all this pravrutti flows out. I will not be in this pravrutti. I will be at the source. So that is the meaning. Tamevacha adyam purusham. I will be in that level. I will be in that level of say Brahman, from where all these things have flown out. So the sadhaka has to think like this. Tamevacha adyam prapadye. Prapadye means I will attain. I will be in that state. Prapadye. Adyam purusham prapadye. I will be in that level. Yataha means from where. Yataha is from where. Pravrittihi pravrutta purani. Prasruta purani. Pravrittihi means all this action. Pravritti. Purani pravrittihi. All this maya. Pravritti actually refers to maya here. Pravrittihi prasruta. This purani. That is maya. This maya has flown out from that. So that source, that adhishthanam, I will be seated in that adhishthanam from where this maya has flown out. So that is the point. Is the shloka okay?
Yes.
We'll see the bhashyam. Tataha pasyat padam vaishnavam tat parimargitavyam parimarganam anveshanam jnatavyam ityarthaha. So you see, parimarganam does not mean doing some yajna and then trying to go to some loka. This is jnaya. We are talking about one jnaya Brahma and then again dhyaya Brahma. There is one saguna level where you are worshipping and then where you are attaining. But whereas the nirguna Brahma, which is something which is jnayam. So this is jnaya. So jnatavyam. Jnatavyam means aham brahmasmeti jnatavyam. I am that Brahman. One has to know that aham at that level. Jnayam means what is jnayam? I am that. You have to know that. So that is the meaning of jnatavyam. Jnatavyam, if you are objectifying, jnatavyam not in the sense of objectifying Brahma. Jnatavyam means it is not as though your mind is understanding it as an object. Jnatavyam means you have to understand that you are that. So that is the meaning of jnatavyam. So tataha pasyat, later, padam, what is that Vaishnavam padam? Shankaracharya frequently uses this word Vaishnavam padam. Vaishnava in that etymological sense of that is all pervading. Vyapana tat parimargitavyam, that is parimarganam means anveshanam. So that has to be say known. Anveshanam jnatavyam. Parimargitavyam is jnatavyam. You have to be in that level of awareness. Jnatavyam, you have to know that you are that Brahman. Then yasmin pade gataha pravishtaha na nivartante na avartante bhuyaha punaha samsaraya. Okay, yasmin pade gataha. Though having gone, say those who having gone into that place or having attained that stage, not gone to that place, having attained that stage, tasmin pade pratishtaha na nivartanti na avartante. They will not again fall back, they will not fall down. Fall down in the sense, they will not have that adhyatma adhyasa. Na avartante bhuyaha punaha samsaraya. It is only when you have tadhatmya adhyasa that a person will come down. When there is no tadhatmya adhyasa, a person will not come down. He is in that level of awareness. Na avartante punaha samsaraya. Then katham parimargitavyam ityaha. In what manner it has to be known? Parimargitavyam means knowing. Jnatavyam. He gave the meaning as jnatavyam. Katham parimargitavyam means katham jnatavyam. How is it that one has to know? Katham parimargitavyam means katham jnatavyam. How is it that one has to know? In this manner. So that is, one has to say, one has to be firmly having, one has to firmly have this idea in mind. Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. That is, I am that Brahman. So he should be in that frame. So tameva cha yaha padashabdena uktaha adyam adau bhavam purusham prapadye ityevam parimargitavyam tat sharanataya ityarthaha. Kosau purushaha ityuchyate yataha yasmat purushat
यतः यस्मात् पुरुषात्
samsara maya vriksha pravrittihi
संसार माया वृक्ष प्रवृत्तिः
prasruta nisruta
प्रसृता निसृता
aindrajalikadiva maya
ऐन्द्रजालिकादिव माया
purani chirantani.
पुराणी चिरन्तनी.
Okay, this maya is something which has come out of that say purusha. So that purusha, you are supposed to be dwelling in that purusha. You see, katham parimarganam, that is how, katham parimargitavyam, that is how is it to be known. Tamevacha yaha pada shabdena vuktaha. You see, in this first line, tatah padam tat parimargitavyam, pada shabdena vuktaha means that entity which is pointed out by the word pada. Pada shabdena vuktaha means that which has been told by the word pada. That first sentence is referring to that padam. Tatah padam tat. So that entity which is referred to by the word pada, tamevacha yaha, the one who, pada shabdena vuktaha. Then what else? Adyam. Tamevacha adyam. Adyam means adau bhavam, the first one. There is nothing beyond, there is nothing prior to that. Adyam means adau bhavam, that is adau bhavam purusham, that is that chinmatra, that shuddha, nitya shuddha, ananta. Then adau bhavam purusham prapadye. Prapadye means I am attaining. Ityevam, that is aham brahmasmi. In other words, aham brahmasmi is more familiar. Ityevam parimargitavyam tat sharanataya. So here of course we can take at two levels. Tat sharanataya. Say a dualist will say sharanagati. But then of course according to Vedanta we cannot say sharanagati. Tat sharanataya means I am in that state of awareness. You have to constantly focus on that. So that is your sharanu. That is the place, that is the way in which you have to attain. So that is how we can say explain this word, because sharanagati, no commentator has written sharanagati. So what Shankaracharya says here is not exactly sharanagati, should not be taken as sharanagati. That sharanataya means, so that is the only way, that is the only recourse. Understanding that Supreme Brahman is the only course. So that is how we have to take that word sharana. Then Kosau Purusha, who is that Purusha? Ityuchyate. Who is that? Yataha Yasmat Purushat. That is the being from which Yasmat Purushat samsara maya vriksha pravrittihi prasruta. That consciousness or that Brahman from which this particular samsara has come out, prasruta, nisruta, it has emerged, it has manifested. In other words, it has manifested from that Brahman. Nisruta, aindrajalikadiva maya. Just as somebody, some magician, say produces some magic, just as some magic which emanates from a Indrajalika. Indrajalika is somebody who does that Indrajalam, magic. So, just as magic which is produced by an Indrajalika, Indrajalikadiva Maya, Purani Chirantani. This Purani refers to, Purana refers to Maya. This Purani Maya. Chirantani Maya. Purani means Purana, that's all. Old. Old in the sense eternal. Eternal, not in the sense of Brahma being eternal. This Maya is eternal, say with reference to the origin. But Maya is having an end. That which is Anadi, we have seen, that which is Anadi, normally it is Ananta also. That applies to Brahma. But in the case of Maya, though it is Anadi, it is not Ananta, it ends with Jnana. So that is the idea here. So, yataha yasmat purushat. Yasmat purushat means, again, purishete iti purushaha, all these things we have to recall. Purushat, yasmat purushat means from which entity, that conscious entity, samsara maya vriksha pravrittihi, this whole appearance, this whole manifestation of this vriksha, prasruta, just as an Indrajalika produces a Maya, this from this Supreme Brahman or Supreme Consciousness, this samsara vriksha has come out. So that is the meaning. We will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ఇంకా ఏదో